Welcome to my video on fixing RGB LED strips. So if you pulled off your tape off most of this and you can't stick it to the wall, well, there are options. We can fix this. So what you want to do is line it up. Even if you go past the strip, it's all absolutely fine. You can always trim after. The main thing is getting your coverage. So what I do is actually put my fingers here. To get my coverage, I get my fingers between the strip and the glue here, and I roll it all the way down. I don't even really have to look at it, I just have to feel my way through it. If you're wondering which one this is the VHB, 3M VHB. So this one is supposed to be a higher quality, more expensive foam tape. We'll see how it goes. My scissors are garbage, but they work good enough for this purpose. So we're gonna make sure it's stuck on very, very good all the way through the strip. And of course, I'm going to be sticking this here to the shelf. So what I need to know is where everything's going to line up. So for the purpose of rebuilding this to the shelf, I actually purchased this actual repair kit, which has many different pieces, different directions, so I can go straight. I can carry across without having the RGB lighting, so it can actually carry a distance. But that means I have to actually take care of the other connections, which I've already done, but I don't want the angle here. So what I have to do is use some other ones that apply to what I'm actually doing. Taking off the insulation is a matter of picking at it. It's not exactly fun. It's a lot of fuss to start off with, and then you have to leave the copper part showing and exposed. Now to explain copper contacts, this is 4 copper contacts cut at the cut line. This particular one is uncovered as it's not waterproof. It's also 8mm, not 10 like the one we're working with. And of course, you can connect them with the wrong strip for contacts, but it's not recommended. But if you have to, you can bend them out of shape to actually meet up with the contacts, if you have to. And of course, you can get all different numbers of contacts. Some have 2, some have 6, and of course you want the matching number of contacts with the matching strips. However, this is 10mm wide, and so is the cut lines on here matching with 10mm wide as well. And this one actually will fit perfectly when I actually connect it to here. So if I actually peel off the insulation here, which can be a bit fussy, which I now did, and peel off the glue strip on the back. Not too big of a deal, at least the glue strip, but you'll have to peel it off. So you have to have your copper facing the contacts. You can't put it the other way around. So now when you put it in, you can go in that lower channel. Here's the Monster Basics lined up in the correct way for the contacts. So I've now cleared my shelves and finished the planning process. This is where you can actually start off what you're doing. So I already know this is going down below. And then I know I have to trim this, which I did trim this end, the actual insulation off the end. So I can attach this cable right here, in here. So I'm going to use this. The copper has to be exposed and the copper has to slide into here. It can be a bit difficult because it's actually soft, the material of the strip itself. So, and it has to be tight. You have no choice. If it's not tight, sliding under these contacts, it's not going to make proper contact. Once you're confident that's actual good, you close her up, clamp her down, and then at least go to the next strip. So this is going down here, down below. And of course, one thing that's in this particular package are supports, and it includes the screws as well. So this will allow me to support the bottom side so it doesn't come disconnected. Otherwise, that's too easy to happen and too easy to actually mess this up and have to redo it, your clamping. And you might wonder, how am I going to connect these all together? Well, this particular kit actually has something very useful. So that bottom one I just did is going to connect here, and I'm going to wire it off to this side and this side. So this particular connection is a male connection. It has these pins. Well, this is a female. So these can connect together. And to know right polarity, when you see an arrow, that means it's plus. So normally you line it up with a plus connection on the other side. Right here, where it says 5 volts, you can see all these letters and you can see that plus symbol on the side. Okay, now we can apply this part to the shelf once I peel this double-sided tape off. Give it a good push on here so it's nice and secure. Tweezers, just grab it. If you have a good pair, the cheap ones will just probably bend on you rather than actually taking it off. So a good pair of tweezers is very much your friend to make life a little bit easier. So this side right here of this here, I put the RGB strip laying face up, and these little pins, if you can see it, would actually poke through the cable itself. And this side I put the wires. So I put these wires that comes with it, and then put each one in each groove, and then snap it down, and that would actually cut into the wire itself. So once you have it locked down, we can now reopen the other side, grab our little guitar pick looking thing, snap it open, and now we can grab one of these lines right here. In fact, with that method I could actually leave the installation if I wanted to, because you can see here there's actually a groove right here to allow the actual installation of the actual wiring itself. So that's an option if you had left the installation, which in my case I removed it. So there is another method if you flip things wrong, especially the black pieces here that are female and connect to the male part. All you do is flip it the other way around, and it's the right way around again for polarity wise, and your strips will again work. So if we look down here, you'll see there's this, and this connection, and all of these are female. Is there a way to do this? Well, this particular kit comes with a bunch of these little male pin connections, which means I can actually go to the male at the bottom by connecting this, so this is the female, to the male, and go to the other female end here, and go to the other end here, and line up my arrows. There we go. And then line up the other arrow to the other arrow, because these are going to remain the same. So before going any further, I want to see if this all works. In fact, that means I don't even need that end connected to anything. But it means I can connect to something. I still haven't put the foam here. I still haven't attached this top strip. So what I want to see right now, does everything work? That's what I want to find out right now. So let's grab our brains. I really could use one right now. So right now I'm actually having trouble with the bottom light right here. So something's not quite connected right. Well, these are actually going just perfect, but not here, not the bottom one. So something's wrong on this end. So there's obviously power going through here. So we do have a polarity issue here. So that is our first problem. There's something backwards. And the question is, where? So if there's a polarity issue, odds are we just have to flip these backwards to what they were. And each one should technically work as I flip them. Because we saw they were working. So that means, as I suspected, a positive was positive, positive was negative, and negative was positive, just somewhere along the lines. So now everything is the right polarity all the way through, and now everything works. And I put the foam tape all the way to the edge here, so I actually have a stronger connection at the ends here. What I want to do is tidy these all up here and figure out how I'm going to actually tuck them in. with these little things and the screws included. So you want to make sure you have the right type of drill bit for the screw itself and have it on low torque so you're not going to actually strip the screws, because honestly this can be very hard to not strip when there's small screws like this. So off camera I did a bunch more work here and I added more strips. What I have here is Monster Basics all attached. So Monster Basics RGB strips. There's a strip here, down here, up here, down here, up here, and here. That's 10 feet of Monster Basic strips that only come in a 6.5 foot roll, all interconnected with one remote control. And just to see that, I'll press off and on. All one. Of course you might notice you can't see the one above here. That's because I need something to reflect. So if I take a board like this, it reflects off the top. So I'm going to be actually building something for that as well, but that's going to be not on video. So if you want to see more yet, I also have the Sparke LED strip review. And so if you want to see those, here's my remote for that, attached to my screen here. And if you want to see more, I also have the Geeni Prisma strips. So those ones, I need to use my phone for that one. And then I turn it on, and there they are. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Please consider leaving a like and subscribe to Not Bios, especially if you want to see more reviews like this. Have yourselves a wonderful day.
This is Not Bios, Tech and Hardware.